We're at the Dubai Air Show, and joining me now is Jim Olbar, head of Boeing Commercial Airplanes. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Olbar.
My pleasure, Andrew.
Let's start with your large order backlog of more than 3,500 airplanes. How confident are you this backlog will not simply melt away because of the deteriorating economic environment?
Yeah, the backlog we have is really closer to 3,300. It's about 7 years of production. And we went through a downturn, as you recall, in 2008, and we really did not see that much melt away in the backlog that we had. But I like the idea of having the backlog that we do as we come into a really uncertain period economically.
So in this context, how important are the Gulf carriers such as Emirates to Boeing?
Well, they're very important to us. You know, I think if you look at what they buy a lot of the large airplanes. And you know, from here they can go really anywhere in the world. So what they want are the wide bodies that have great range, and that's what we provide.
Perhaps the more prescient question on your order backlog is the fact you're increasing production considerably on both your narrow body and wide body aircraft. How confident are you, though, that Boeing can cope with this production increase, and perhaps more pertinently, that your supply chain can cope?
Yeah, the reason we're ramping up in production is really because I believe that 7 years of backlog is too much. We have good customers that come to us that want an airplane, and we tell them they got to stand in line, and we'll deliver one in 7 or 8 years. That doesn't work. It's not about having the best airplane, it's having the best airplane available. So we do want to go up in rate, we do want to try to burn some of that backlog down. Now, that's not without risk. Every time you go up in rate, you know, there is a concern. We've proven that a number of times at Boeing. So we've worked very hard with the supply chain, and you know, supply chain, of course, is supporting Airbus, which is going up in rate. You've got Bombardier, you've got others. So it's something we watch very carefully.
Now here at the Dubai Air Show, the 787 is very much in focus, but that plane was delivered 3 years late to its first customer. What lessons have you learned?
Well, one thing about Boeing is we're always pushing technology. And I think this time we probably pushed a little too hard. Some of the technologies weren't as mature as they should have been. I think that we asked some of our suppliers to do things they'd never done before, and we didn't provide the kind of oversight that we needed. But this is a great airplane. This is everything that we hoped it would be. I think we deliver it to our customers. I hope they'll forgive us for being late, because it's going to provide great economics for them, and it's going to be a very different experience for the traveling public.
Of course, Airbus's main answer to the 787 is its A350 aircraft, which they've just announced a delay on. What do you make of that decision?
Airbus is a great company. I have great respect for Tom Enders and their whole team. And you know, Tom and I have talked. Doing the development of a very complex system like this is hard. And they're having some of the issues that we had, but they will figure it out. They've got good engineers, they've got good people, and I'm certain the A350 will be a good airplane.
And does this delay on the A350 present an opportunity for Boeing to sell more planes?
Well, I think any time there's a delay, it provides an opportunity for others to come and fill that gap.
But is this an opportunity to sell more 787s or 777s?
I think it's probably an opportunity for the 777. Also, once we get up to 10 a month on the 787, which is not going to be easy, we got to look very hard at going up in rate there, because we can sell those airplanes.
Turning now to your 737 workhorse, the narrow-body plane. In the summer you announced you would re-engine that plane to make it more fuel efficient. But why did it take so long to get to that decision? Because you were also considering the case for building a new plane.
Yeah. Because
overall it feels like Airbus with the A320neo, they've stolen a big march on you.
Well, I'm not sure they've stolen much from us. You know, we have over 700 commitments, and we've only been talking to customers for about 3 months. You're going to see more announcements this year and early next year. And I think before it's done, you'll see us having about the same number of MAX orders as they have with NEOs. You know, why did it take so long? You know, we go through a very disciplined process, and we decide what we're going to do with new airplanes. We wanted to do the new airplane, but quite frankly, there's too much risk involved in doing that, and there was too many things that were unknown. We made the right decision for the Boeing company. It's going to allow us, I think, to maintain parity with Airbus with a small airplane, and it will give us the money left over to go and do what we need to do to make the 777 even better, and possibly do an A3 or a 787-10 airplane.
Okay, but you don't think you've lost permanent market share with this delay?
Do not.
Finally, just looking at the rivalry between Boeing and Airbus, this year so far Airbus have announced more than 1,000 net orders, Boeing announced more than 400. Since 2003, Airbus have consistently outstripped Boeing on aircraft deliveries. When do you think Boeing can get back on top?
Well, you know, it's really not a competition. We don't look at it that way. But if I look at the rate ramps that we're going to do, and I look at the rate ramps that I believe that Airbus will do, and I think next year we'll be very close in terms of deliveries, and I think there's a very good chance that in 2013 we'll deliver more airplanes than they do.
In 2013, you'll be back on top.
2013 we'll deliver more airplanes.
Mr. Allbar, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Andrew.